to this 49th annual general meeting of Roto held through video conferencing. The notice of annual general meeting, board report, and audited financial statements have already been circulated to you in compliance with the relevant provisions of law, and with your permission, I take them as read. Economic overview. At the outset, I would like to say that the global economy expanded only by 3.3% in calendar year 2023, slightly below 3.5% growth registered in 2022. This happened because of uncertainty driven by geopolitical and economic challenges, particularly in Europe. During FY24, the Indian economy sustained the silver lining in the global economy because it registered a robust growth of 8.2%, up from 7.2% in the previous year. Despite this overall global challenges and low global growth, this is really very heartening. The Indian economy growth was mainly due to growth in domestic consumption and increased investment activity powered by government capital expenditure spending. Performance of the company. The annual report for financial year 24 circulated to the shareholders contains standalone and consolidated financials of the company, and the board report covers the performance review. I would like to highlight the following. Standalone total income has been higher by about 20% as compared to the previous year, while the standalone profit before tax has been higher by around 18%. Consolidated total income has been higher by 21% as compared to the previous year, while the consolidated profit before tax has been higher by about 16%. Standalone cash and cash equivalents as at the end of financial year have been 26.46 crore as against 28.07 at the end of the previous year. Consolidated cash and cash equivalents at the end of financial year have been 31.6 as against 32.95 at the end of previous year. Your company has incurred a capex of 23.23 crore during financial year 24, which was mainly financed by internal accruals with a meager borrowing of rupees 1.26 crore. I am happy to inform you that the board of directors of your company has recommended a final dividend of rupees 1.88 per share, that is 94%. If approved by the shareholder, this would involve a cash outflow of 590.46 lakh and shall be paid to the shareholder who held shares of the company on 20th September 2024, being the ex-date for the payment of the said final dividend. The board of directors of your company is also seeking your approval to the subdivision of shares of rupees 10 each into share of rupees 1 each, and the same would be implemented in due course. In due course. Yes. Performance of your company during the first quarter of the current financial year has been on lower side. In this regard, it is pertinent to note that normally the performance of the company in the first quarter is low, but in this particular quarter, it was slightly more lower because of some major orders getting held up because of the customer clearing. Lower sale in the first quarter should not be a matter of concern, as we would make up this, and we are of the opinion that we would be able to meet the short-term growth plans. In line with our mission, your company is marching ahead to achieve a revenue of $100 million by 2028. Overseas marketing establishment in US, Germany, and Malaysia have been strengthened, I am happy to announce that commercial production of downhole product has already been, this is one of the two products that the parent company had undertaken, has been started in the current financial year and supply is already made to the customer. While there is a further delay in starting one more product line, we now expect the commercial production to start in the second half of next financial year. Company's initiative and commitment towards green and clean environment has also come into foray during this year with the introduction of solar pumps in the boutique offering. The solar pump project, as you all know, has been undertaken in a wholly owned manufacturing subsidiary based in India, Noida. With world-class enhanced manufacturing infrastructure and robust global marketing infrastructure in place, introduction of these products in India and global market would be a game changer for the company. And it is expected to provide tremendous opportunity for the growth of the company in the years to come. I take this opportunity to place on record my deep sense of appreciation of the dedicated services rendered by the entire team of the company and of the guidance, cooperation, and assistance extended by government authorities, company bankers, and business associates. Before concluding, I would like to thank all the shareholders who are present and those who could not join the AGM for the confidence they have reposed in the company, which has been a tremendous. The current 524, the company clocked a consolidated top line of 274 crores, which was from existing products. The existing products should grow in the range of 20% during FY25 and so on and so forth, right? So we said that we'll be maintaining this growth over the years to come. Downhole and solar pumps should start contributing in this financial year itself because trial productions and trial orders for downhole pumps has been also executed, and so is the case for solar pump. As you all know that this solar pump is highly competitive product line, and it has two parts to it. One is centrifugal submersible pump, and one is progressive cavity centrifugal pump. Because of our tremendous strength in the progressive cavity pumps, we thought it prudent to first introduce to the market the PC version of submersible pumps. So the trial orders that have come are of downhole of submersible PC pumps. It is in centrifugal submersible pump. This is called as helical pump because PC pump word is not used, but it's actually the same rotor and stator. So there we expect to make very good start. While the centrifugal submersible pump, which is a huge market where there is very heavy competition, we are under the Anurag Gupta ji will probably tell you a little bit more about solar submersible. He is heading that division.
Yeah. Amit ji, thank you for all the questions and all. Are you happy with the answer? We've answered the first one. The second one, the solar pumping business, as the chairman just said, we have undergone field trials. We have gone trials at the customer end, which was quite an extensive exercise. And we are projecting a sale of 15 to 20 crores within this financial year. So there is order on the way, and those will be converted. We also have worked out the projections as to contribute for our mission, which is 100 million. How much contribution will be coming from the solar pumping business and downhole pump or the mud motor? So the projections are quite strong. Solar is, of course, leading the new business, let's say, segments. And we will be we are projecting a sale of more than 50 crores in the coming year from solar business. So this is this of course is got all kinds of aspects as centrifugal is highly competitive, but we happen to also be in the drinking water segment with PC pumps or the helical pumps, and that will actually bring us quicker, or we will be able to bag more orders because of this particular type of pump that we have in our and also has a much better margin when we see what is happening on the centrifugal pumps.
So, what kind of working capital requirements we see for solar pumps going forward, and how we are going to do for those fund requirements?
So we have worked out, let's say this year, we are not going to be requiring anything significant. But next financial year, with the projections of around 50 crores that we are targeting, we have estimated around 15 crores worth of working capital.
See, Amit, when we get into suppliers like Kusum, what is it called, Kusum scheme, then it is purchases are going to be made by the government agencies. And that is where extended credit would become necessary. So, as Anuragji has said, that initially we are going ahead with this progressive clarity version of the submersible pump, which has better margin and with the other reputation of over 50. Years in which for helical rotor submersible pump. So
I don't want to disclose the name right now.
Right. And a few last few questions. Anuragji, we met with you in June this year, and we asked you for a con call post results. It has been a long-standing demand for so many shareholders, and I've been associated with the Roto Pumps for last 12 years or more than 12 years. So if we can have an investor presentation and a con call, if not every quarter, maybe once in a year after with the annual results, that would be great.
So all those suggestions are seriously more than welcome, and we would be providing with the investor presentation quarter on quarter, and
starting from next financial year.
No, investor presentation we would be starting, let's say, starting from quarter two end onwards, and the call that is there, or investor meet we can have, that we have thought to start from the next financial year.
I think
After the annual results for this financial year, we are planning already. It is definitely there on the calendar, and we would be conducting this. The frequency of that can be also then half yearly, or could be, it can be. We don't want to from not doing it to doing it every quarter. We see we do half yearly. That's what we have planned.
Right. And last question, 2028, you have said that you have set a target of $100 million US. Let me be a little more long-termish. Where do we see Roto Pumps in 2030?
See, I was telling you about till 2028. So, going forward, it's very easy to predict what we would be doing in 2030.
He can predict, sir. Yeah. He can, because he associated
with. But work it out at the rate of 20% growth.
Sir, I must tell you that I invested in Roto Pumps when it was a 24 crore market cap company. And I wish it will have a profit after tax of 24 crores quarter on quarter.
Yes. Thank you. One important aspect to keep in mind why 2028 is being chosen, because it's a milestone year for Roto. It's going to be completion of 60 years in business for Roto. in 2028. So it is a very important milestone, and all our, let's say, projections or plans are now aligned to that. We would we would be looking at 2030 very soon.
Right. And last thing I want to tell you, sir, Roto Pumps is known for its quality. And I have done my channel checks, and people say Roto means quality, and their pumps never go out of business, and they are so rugged, and they test every eventuality of the business. So I must congratulate for being such a entrepreneur and basically doing such a fantastic work in a country like India, where we are so price sensitive. Quality, maintaining quality is such a big issue. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Amit.
Thank you.
Next question.
Next is Mr. Digant Haria.
in the meeting.
He's Digant Haria. He's Mr. Hemil, please
Yes,
unmute Mr. Digant Haria.
Devang Haria.
Yeah, Mr. Digant Haria. Digant.
I know, but I can't see in the attendee, sir.
Yeah, he's there. I am
No,
seeing.
sir. Sir, refresh that page again.
Okay.
He's not in the meeting right now.
Just a minute. He's there in the list.
Digant Haria, not Devang Haria, sir.
Digant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Digant, can you hear?
Can you hear me? This is Digant. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. So I'll first have three questions. The first question is that see the last 3 years, FY 22, 23, 24. If I look at our spare part sales, that has grown at 8% CAGR, and our pump sales has grown at 40% CAGR. So, is there some change in the spare part related strategies that we are following in the last 2 years that it has, been such a low number versus the pump sales? And any color on this would be useful. And my second question was, what is our installed base of all the pumps on which we sell our spare parts? Because in FY24 we sold 125 crore worth of spare parts, and how much of these would have gone to our installed pumps and how much to other OEM pumps? If any such color you can give. So this is my question one.
Answer your first question first, which is about the spare part. Now, the spare parts figure that are given is a combination of the spares that we do for other manufacturers and the plus the spares we do for our own pumps. So if we see that there is the healthy growth of our own spares business. But as a part of the strategy, we are slightly moving away from supplying spare parts for other manufacturers because there is a margin pressure. Plus, we also realize that it takes the focus away of our overseas subsidiary companies, branches, from selling our own product because that gives them the value of sales that they set the target for. So, again, it is a mix of retrofit spares, that is spares for other make of pumps, and our own pumps. Anuragji has some figures to share with you.
Yeah. So if we were to look at like the composition of retrofit spare was, let's say in 22 was 25%, which has come down in terms of contribution to 21. So there is a gradual decrease in the let's say the contribution, and of course the Roto spare business has grown around, let's say, 15% rate during this time. So this is a clear-cut strategy.
Strategy is to sell our own products aggressively so that we have a captive market for our own spares. Right? Because this is spares for other, I jokingly call it sleeping with others' wife. It's not sustainable. So, other manufacturers get in and the prices are reduced. So, we, as a strategic move, we said, let's focus on selling our product building our captive spare parts market while we are saying, not saying no, but we are gradually tapering off.
So in light of what I had said earlier, if you look at the contribution of pumps, it has gone up from 40% or 39% in 22 to 54% in the last financial year. So there has been a very steady increase in the pump business, whereas the retrofit spares, which was 25%, has gone down to 21%. So it is, I think it answers that.
Yeah, that answers your question. What is your next question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. The second question is, now on our regular business, we are targeting 20% growth. But as you know, last year, in the export business, we had like 8% kind of a growth only because Europe slowed down massively. This year, are we seeing any changes in the end markets? And if you can just guide us a little bit on, how will the domestic versus export market opportunities look for Roto?
Last year was an aberration, as I like to call it, because the downside in the European market, Western market, particularly in Europe, we were taken a little bit unaware. So now what has happened is that, with our renewed approach, and the fall is more in spares that we were selling for others. So with renewed focus, where we are wanting to promote our products, building up our own revenue, this would be attended. We are still a minority player in the overseas market. So really, if the economy is going down a little bit, it does not really would affect our growth because we have miles to catch on. Just to tell you that this pump business, PC pump business, is about 1 billion euro above the ground. That doesn't include downhole pumps, and mud motor, of course, is not a pump, it is a drilling equipment. And the market for downhole pumps is in excess of 750 million. So if we see this market, we have entered into the other downhole, there is a huge ground to cover. And with our quality of products and the brand that is seemingly becoming more and more acceptable, we were able to increase our market share. Because we don't have any problem in the capacity, and we have a very good network of our own offices, subsidiaries in overseas market. So we do not see any problem in achieving this 20 to 25% growth in years to come.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Thank you so much. That is also, very good to know. And third question is, we saw your downhole pumps and mud motor plant. It was a fantastic state-of-art plant. So just wanted to know, you just said it's a $750 million market. For us, where are we right now? Like, have we sold the first pump commercially, or is it still under test trials? And, which oil companies have given us approvals, or, any such thing?
Let us break the two product line. Downhole pump is a bigger market where we said that the market size is about 750 million, right?
Yes.
Mud motor is not a pump, but its market size is much lower. So there are two different kind of products. One is a pump, one is a drilling equipment. So we have been able to bring on board downhole pumps, and we have got encouraging orders, trial orders from Indian customers and also from overseas customers, which we have executed. A few orders are there to be executed in the current financial year. So we are at home, right? As regards the other product line, which is much smaller, I estimate that market size to be about 350, half of downhole pumps. There we have had a little bit of problem that the technology partner that we have is, he retired and he said he cannot work any longer. So we are now looking for a technology partner, but that doesn't mean that we haven't done things up to a point. And there is a delay, and we expect this product line to be contributing in the sales in the next second half of the next financial year. Right?
Okay, sir.
So it is, if you see the revenue that would come from, it will be coming from downhole pumps, and majorly it will be coming from submersible solar pumps, which is the both version, PC pump version and centrifugal pump, as we go forward.
Right, sir. Right, so sir, any number we have for downhole pumps, or is it too early to give a number for FY25?
Yes, it is too early because again, I said market size is too big. So that one order that we have got from a Canadian customer, we have given the pumps. We are waiting for them to, receive the pumps and approve it. And then they themselves have a very, maybe Arvindji would like to give a little bit of more insight. Arvindji is in Indonesia.
Yes. Just to give a bit of background, these downhole pumps in India, we are primarily targeting the gas coal bed methane. And for exports in Canada, we are looking at the heavy crude. So in India, there are 5 companies who are producing coal bed methane. We are in touch with 3 of them, and with one of them, we are undergoing the registration process. So currently, I think if your question is 2025, what kind of sales we would be looking at? I would say anything between 20 to 25 crores for the next year should be the target for us.
Right, sir. Okay. And it's contingent on, our product performing well, or that performing well stage, we have crossed that stage?
Well, I would still say that these pumps are under trial, and so far so good. But there is a minimum number of months wherein these pumps have to perform, then we can draw kind of satisfaction.
Right. All right. Thanks. That answers my question on downhole pumps. Thank you, Arvindji, and thank you. So last question is on our employee costs as a percentage of revenue. They have consistently been at around 24-25%.
I thought that you had answered your last question.
We have to give
time to others.
Digant, we could possibly look at.
There are so many of them. Guys who are asking questions.
Okay, fine. I'll probably ask it sometime later. And
Next is Mr. Surinder. Mr. Surinder.
Mr. Surinder. Is he there?
Yeah. Mr. Surinder? Hello? Mr. Surinder? नहीं है तो लेकिन हेलो नहीं अनम्यूट है नहीं आई थिंक he is not available, I think. तो मैं
Go to the
next in general है उनके मिस्टर हिमांशु उपाध्याय. Mr. Himanshu? Hello? Yeah, can you? Yes.
Yeah, thanks for the commentary. I have a question. Yesterday, our credit rating rationale was released by CRISIL, okay? And the outlook for the company has been revised to stable from positive, okay? And it states that there is a delay of 12 to 15 months in commencement of solar-related business operations, okay? But what we are saying is that we'll start getting revenue from this year itself, okay? Can you explain why then there is such a big difference between what we are hearing from you and what the credit rating has said in their rating rationale yesterday?
What could be the reason for them to sort of specify this? I think we had earlier.
Ashwini ji, can you be slightly
Yes,
louder? We are not able to hear you.
Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear Ashwini.
Basically, this credit rating has released based on our initial estimates. We are telling you the current position. They are not saying this is delayed further. No, this was delayed. We had projected last year. No?
Yes.
This was the thing.
So whatever have been the projections earlier as against what has happened, what they are, what they are stating, and that is factual matter.
Yes, our both project basically delayed. That is they are saying. Got it? Mr. Himanshu?
See, okay. But what they have said is only about solar. And the second question was on the Q1 FY25, the top line was flattish, but there is a PBT fell by 23%. Can you give the reason for it and what happened in that?
See, for the first time last financial year, our exports, which used to be 70%, have come down. And that explains the margin reduction.
Well, is this for quarter one?
No, financial year. That
In this quarter, one financial year I spoke.
Lower exports, basically.
Quarter one, Manshu, G, is if you see the amount of depreciation that is there is much more than what has been the whole of last financial year, barring the last quarter. So all the capex has been sort of are on board, and the amount of depreciation has really gone up, and that was one of the reasons why the PBT was lower, despite a marginal increase in the sale. And there are, of course, other aspects to it where some of the operational costs are higher, but the sale could not be affected due to shift of some of those sales for reasons beyond our control.
Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. कई सारे हैं सर एक एक करके ले लेते हैं देन मिस्टर अनुज शर्मा नेक्स्ट Mr. Anuj Sharma is not there. Yeah, he's not there. Then Mr. Netra Yuvraj. Netra Yuvraj. Yes.
Thakkar has been.
Yeah. Mr. Netra Thakkar.
Netra Thakur.
Please unmute. Hello. Mr. Thakkar? Hello? No, I think he's not available. Mr. Netra, then next is Mr. Barun Bang.
Varun, sir?
He's not, he's also not there.
He is not there, sir.
Yeah, he's not there. Okay, Mr. Barun Bang. Then Mr. G.R. Balaji. G.R. Balaji. He's also not there.
He is also not there, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Ashwini, why don't you look at the people who are there and then see if anyone from this?
Sir, basically,
Going by
yeah,
the serial.
they have given their name, sir. They requested. That's why I'm. Yes. Mr. Amrita is also not there. Mr. Kausik. He's also not. Ravi Kumar. I need to run the list. Ravi Kumar is also not there.
Why don't you invite those who are there to ask questions?
Yes, sir, they may not be ready. Who have requested, they need to ask me. SV Kothari. Mr. SV Kothari. Please unmute. Hello. Hemil?
Kothari, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Hemil?
Can you repeat that?
Unmute. Mr. S.V. Kothari. Yes, we have Mr. Kothari. Yes. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. You may please ask your question, okay?
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. So, firstly, I wanted to understand the solar pump that we are currently producing, how it is different from the Shakti pumps and Kirloskar brother. And are we going to supply this to the Kusum Yojana?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I think solar pump is the flavor. We are all very excited about this new product line, business segment. So,
Yes, speak a bit louder. Can't hear you.
okay. Am I audible?
Yeah, now better.
Yeah, now better.
I was saying we're quite excited about the solar pumping business, and it's catching a lot of attention. So that is even more motivation. Uh, we are different than Shakti pumps because of the fact that there is a range which is called the progressive cavity or helical rotor submersible pumps. And this is a product which is not available with Shakti pumps, neither is it available with Kirloskar Brothers. The only company which is doing business in India and globally, of course, there are few more players, is Grundfos. And this product is used for drinking water application. So it is a product which uses a different pumping technology and it's meant to handle application. When we say drinking water means low capacity, medium to high pressures. It's a wonderful product, and we have pitched ourselves against some of these major requirements related to this application. So this is going to give us a good kickstart, and we will be building up on the agriculture side as well. So this should answer your question.
Yeah, that was very helpful. And secondly, currently, what is your capacity and capacity utilization? And how much peak potential you can achieve from the solar pump?
So we're building up capacity, let's say between now and next 1 year, where we're going to build up a new plant. And there, let's say we are going to be able to deliver up to 5,000 units per month. So makes it almost 60,000 units a year. So capacity buildup is there. It's a new complete plant. At the moment, we are not, we are operating from a leased premises. So their capacity should be enough for us to go through this period when we are fully ready.
So this capacity will be coming by which time? Can you provide the timeline?
Let's say next year, next 1 year.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much for the
Okay, thank
answering
you.
the question.
Then next is Mr. Ankur. Hello, Mr. Ankur. Hello.
Sir, I'm audible?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. Sir, I just want to say that our corporate governance is too good. तो सर इसलिए वैसे दिक्कत है नहीं, बस एक छोटा सा क्वेश्चन वैसे पूछना चाह रहा था कि is there any effect of geopolitical issues on our company? और चलिए मैं ये भी पूछ रहा हूँ, मैं फिर दूसरी चीज और पूछना चाह रहा था कि हम मतलब कितनी कंट्रीज में हमारा बिजनेस है, थोड़ा सा ये भी बताइएगा, बस यही जानना चाह रहा था। बाकी तो आप ठीक कर रहे हैं, धीरे धीरे हम कंसिस्टेंटली जो है बढ़ रहे हैं, हमारे रिजल्ट जो है अच्छे आ रहे हैं धीरे धीरे, बस मुझे थोड़ा सा यही बताइए।
Answer this question is geopolitical situation by and large, unless it's a big war that happens, all out war जिसको कहते हैं, Ukraine में it is looming and it is West Asia में. So if that flares up to a whole war, then of course everybody's business would be affected because we could have an impact on oil prices, which would surge the cost of energy and all related things. But if the kind of war that has been going on, geopolitical situation that is existing, that really does not impact our business much because, as I said, that we are still a minor shareholder in all these markets where we are operating. For instance, if we talk about US market, that market is estimated to be 200 million. And we are going to do 6 million. So there will be enough space for us to walk in, even if there is a slowdown in the US economy, which, irrespective of who wins, US economy is slated to grow. Right? And European economy is in a bit of a slowdown, but there is enough room for us because, like in European economy, European market, what we are doing is we are focusing on our biogas equipments, which has a very good growth potential. So to answer your question, yes, it could marginally affect, but it is not going to affect our thing majorly unless a all-out war breaks out in any of the two regions, which my personal estimate is that it is not going to happen. I can't say for sure because what Netanyahu does or what Putin does in desperate thing is, but the market, if you go by the market sentiments that are prevailing, they don't see that happening, and that's why we see the Sensex and the Nifty going up despite this news coming. And the Indian economy is particularly in a very good sweet spot and would continue to grow as assessed by IMF and other agencies. So we are there as a very prominent supplier. So like last year, when there was a slowdown, a little bit of a slowdown in the European business, we could make it up by domestic method. Domestic business increased considerably in the last financial year. So overall, it is not going to affect us majorly. And as I said, unless an all-out war breaks out. Does that answer your question?
ओके सर सर एक चीज और मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ और किस किस कंट्री में अपना बिजनेस है बस
Country.
What country?
Yes. Market too diversified. 55, more than 55 countries.
Yeah, we are serving 55 countries from our 8 overseas establishments. So we are not particularly very heavily dependent on one nation, one economy. So we are fairly diversified. So, if something happens here, then in other country, it is better. Like Deputy Managing Director, he is in Indonesia where there are very good signs. So, to answer your question, it's not a matter of concern for us. And we should be able to grow the business by minimum 20% per year.
To answer your question, let me just say that we are doing business in Australia, New Zealand, we are doing business in Southeast Asia, we are doing business in Middle East, in Europe, in UK, in US. These are the regions where we are doing bulk of our business.
Okay. Okay, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Mr. Sanjay Kumar.
We can take another 2 questions.
Mr. Sanjay Kumar. Mr. Sanjay? Hello? Yeah. Yes, please. You may please ask your question.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Two questions, please.
Sir.
Very long list. We can discuss later. 2 questions, please.
Okay, so just the first question on solar. Sir, what is the strategy here? Because we have traditionally been a B2B kind of business. Now we'll be getting into the retail category if we have to crack the submersible drinking water pump. So what is your go-to market strategy? to get started in this business, in this segment?
First, let me correct you that our existing product line, we are more B2C. We are servicing customer directly. Majority of the customers are being serviced directly. But you are right in your observation that this product line of submersible, solar submersible, this is a dealer-oriented business. And how it goes about is that you have distributors who are aggregators. So they would buy solar panel, they will buy other things, and buy our pumps and supply. So that is what we have been able to achieve. We have been able to get about 4 or 5 dealers on our side who are willing to buy our pumps. As I said that, there is a long qualifying norms for centrifugal pumps in terms of, in order for us to be qualifying for KUSUM projects. There's a long time that the pump must have worked for so many months, so many years. This is something that is going on. So while we have picked up the helical side, but we are working on the back side on centrifugal side because that's a huge market. And if we are talking about Shakti pumps, I think they're doing something like 2,700 crores. All that comes from centrifugal pumps.
Sure. Also, see what is when you set strategy. So we have certain limitations that just the chairman highlighted. But there are avenues, let's say, where you can still participate in state government tenders. There the restrictions are not so much there. Even on the centrifugal side, they are not there. But we are focusing on drinking water side. And then there is, of course, a network of dealers which directly caters to the market, whether it's agriculture or drinking water. There's a very large replacement market as well. So we are, we are new commerce in the market, and we are there's a lot of focus to establish the brand, to explore various opportunities or possibilities, and we are also focused on the exports, which is going to be one of the key sectors or areas where we derive a lot of revenue, and we have identified certain markets where we are presently there, whether we look at Australia, whether we look at Africa, whether we look at Middle East. I mean, these 2-3 major markets, also Europe, because Europe is the one which is in a way like the hub for supplies into Africa or other places. So that side of the business is also going to come up, but that would be leader dominated. So we will see a clear path in the next, I would say, 2 to 3 quarters, where a lot of activity which has been focused would start come into place, and we start seeing the outcome of it.
Got it, sir. That's great to hear. My second and final question. So all the best to the entire team for the 100 million target that we have taken up. If possible, can you give the segment-wise breakup of this 100 million? How much will be base business? How much will be solar and downhole? And on margins, I think even Amit ji had asked this. So can we sustain this 22 to 24% margin, or because of solar and downhole, which are lower margin, will it go down to say 18-20% kind of EBITDA margin?
Let me clarify this. When you talk about downhole pumps, it carries very good margins, same like our industrial pumps, right? Okay. There is no margin pressure. But talking about solar, it has 2 sides. One is helical rotor or PC pump side of it. There again, the margins are healthy. The problem of slippage in margins would come when the centrifugal pump side in volume picks up. But by the time our margins on the other industrial products and mud motors, that would come by. So we hope that we will able to maintain the path that we have forecasted.
And the breakup of the 800 crores, sir, between base, solar, and down.
For us to give you exact product line breakup.
We have broadly worked out, which is, 25% of our revenues should be derived from these product lines. Yeah.
Yes.
Broadly speaking, we don't want to get into further breakup, but the core existing business would continue to be in the region of 75%.
And another thing that we can say that about 20 crores, 200 crores revenue would come from the new product lines by 2028,
which is 25.
which is 25%.
Yes.
Broadly.
Perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
next.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you. Then Mr. Manoj Bagadia. Mr. Manoj. No, it's not. I think we have replied all the questions.
If there is anybody else having a question, last we can give chance to last gentleman for the question.
We may see the list is given. Abhijit. I think we can unmute Mr. Abhinav का देख लीजिए. Mr. Abhinav, please unmute कर दीजिए. Mr. Abhinav.
Sorry, sir, can you repeat the name?
Mr. Abhinav.
Abhinav.
Right on top.
I think he's not involved.
Is it there?
Mr. Hemil, please unmute Mr. Abhinav.
Sir, Abhinav is not in the meeting.
Okay. I think we have completed, sir. Yeah.
Okay, gentlemen, we have tried to answer all the queries that have been raised. And thank you very much to the gentlemen who have asked these questions. And thank you, all the shareholders. Is there something else?
No, sir. Thank you, sir, for conducting the meeting in proper manner. Thank you. And request you to please declare the meeting as concluded.
So with your permission, I conclude the meeting. Thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.